Hi first grade, welcome back. So we just finished a project on spiders and tarantulas. Now we're going to move on to printmaking. So printmaking is not what it sounds like. So when we think of printing, we think of things that come out of a printer. Printmaking has been around for hundreds of years and it's done in a bunch of different ways. We're going to be using tools to cut out of foam and make different lines. However, I want you to know that that's not the only way that we can print. We're going to be using a type of print called a monoprint. So basically what a monoprint means is that an artist took a piece of material, in this case this woman is using, it looks like copper, and she used a tool to make different lines inside of the copper plate. So she is putting ink, and that's why her hands are so icky, is because she put ink all over it. Once a person puts it through a roller, and the roller is this thing over here, it's going to crush a piece of paper right on top of it, smash it really hard, and then when the paper comes out, it has all the colors and inks and whatever you put on top of it. So it's like making a print of something because we're copying the image. Now we don't have a roller, but we are going to be using color. However, I thought that this print right here would be a great piece of artwork to study for our project that we're going to do. So what I want you to do is just take a look at this piece of art for maybe 10 seconds. I'll count. I just want you to quietly look, find all the clues that you can. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and share with a neighbor. What did you notice about this piece of art? I hope that you guys noticed that this is one color, it's black and white, so there's not a whole lot of different colors in here. There's bunches of lines, so all sorts of different lines and shapes. I hope that you guys noticed all that. We're going to be using a lot of lines and a lot of different shapes that y'all are going to come up with for this next project. You should have walked in with 3 different things. A piece of foam, please try not to touch it or bend it, because if this breaks, or if it tears, you do not get another one. I only bought enough for each person in first grade. So you get 1 piece of foam, don't touch it right now, a pencil, and also a piece of paper. What I want you to do first is I want you to find that sharpen eraser cup inside your bin, sharpen your pencil, and then give me a thumbs up so I know that we're ready so that we can make some cool art today. Okay. So first thing I want you to do is I want you to find your foam. It doesn't matter if it's horizontal or vertical. It's totally up to you. What I want you to do is very softly, and you're going to think, Mr. Boatfield, why are we doing this? Just trust me on this, guys. You're going to write your name. Now, you won't be able to see it very well because this is foam. Do not press hard. So repeat after me. Do not press hard. You're going to write your name very softly and then also your class code. I will pause the video and give your class code. It doesn't matter where you write it. Once you've done that, turn it over and push it away from you. Give me a thumbs up and then we'll move on so that we can start making some lines. Awesome, guys. So the foam should be away from you. Please do not touch it at all. Otherwise, you could ruin your entire project. We are going to be using that piece of foam to create these beautiful, stunning, colorful pieces of art, and I'm going to show you some different ways you can do it. This is one that I made a few weeks ago, and it has some different types of lines. But since y'all are super amazing first graders, I'm going to give you some more advanced, so like these are 3rd and 4th and 5th grader kind of lines that I'm going to show y'all today, and then I'm going to let you kind of make the design of your own. So we're going to practice, so I'm going to get this out of the way. Go ahead and write your name and class code at the top. Give me a thumbs up when you have those 2 things. All right, so this will go by pretty quickly. A lot of students really enjoy this practice for line and pattern because it's very relaxing. We're going to be doing something called Zentangle. Say Zentangle. So what Zentangle is basically we're doodling. Doodling is the kind of thing that you do when maybe like you're waiting and you're just drawing random shapes and patterns, and it's something that you can do on your own, and I'm going to show you how. I'm going to show you some of my favorite designs and patterns, and then on the last one you're going to make up your own. So we're just going to do this step by step. Don't worry if you don't finish. You can always go back and finish on your own. Say this will stay here, so please no crying. We don't need no babies in here. We're just going to move on as we go. If you don't finish, you can always go back. Yes, yes? Okay, so let's get started. The first one we're gonna call Doritos. The reason we're gonna call it Doritos is because Doritos are the shape of triangles. And I want you to imagine that I opened up a bag of Doritos and they all fell on the floor. So you would see all these random triangles in different directions, but notice that there's some space in between them. If you want to, you can go on the sides of the circle and maybe we can imagine that there's a Dorito kind of hanging off the side, or you can keep them all in the center. What I want you to do is I want you to just fill it up with different triangles facing different directions as if someone opened up a bag of Doritos and left it everywhere. Give me a thumbs up when you're ready. All right, so now let's make it a little bit more interesting. I want you to try to make these triangles a little bit more unique. So I might take these little Doritos and I'm gonna find one corner and draw some lines going out. And the reason I'm doing this is just because it makes it just that more interesting. I want you to really think about these lines and patterns. This is just practice. I want you to find something that you can do with these triangles and make them different from what you'd normally expect. So it doesn't have to be the lines like me. Maybe you're coloring them in. I don't know. Go ahead and find a way to make these triangles a little bit different. Okay, so next one I want you to do is we're gonna do bubbles. So bubbles are what kind of shape? Hope you said circle. I think it would be more interesting if I made my bubbles different shapes and sizes. I want you to practice making bubbles different shapes and sizes, and maybe some of the bubbles go off the circle, so it kind of looks like they're hidden, they're hiding from us. Different shapes and sizes. And then once you've done that, I want you to do something interesting on the inside. So I'm gonna think about it. I think on the inside of my bubbles, I'm gonna put a little spiral. Some of them are just too tiny, that's okay. Come up with one way to make your bubbles really interesting. Give me a thumbs up when you're ready. Okay, let's move on. So this next one here, I want to do something with different types of lines. So I'm going to draw some diagonal straight lines. I might do some horizontal lines. They can always cross over and touch each other. I don't care. It's up to you how you want your lines to be, but I want you to think about maybe using some straight lines in a way that you haven't used them before. Try to fill it up with different lines. Try your best. I know this may seem hard, but I want you to experiment. You don't have to do it the way that I'm doing it. Maybe you have your own way. Give it a try and then give me a thumbs up when you're ready. Okay. So the next one, I want you to try doing an echo. So an echo is when someone like shouts in a cave and you hear it going echo, echo, echo. But we're gonna do that with lines because that's possible. So I want you to pick a shape. I'm gonna choose, I guess I'm gonna do it like a diamond kind of square shape. All right, so now I have my shape, I'm gonna echo it. So I'm gonna trace it and it's gonna get bigger and bigger. But you're gonna notice, oh no, I'm running out of room. So you're just gonna have to imagine that it's still getting bigger. And maybe some of the lines are hidden. Maybe some of them are poking out. Maybe actually I can trace this corner, but once I get over here, I have to stop because there's no more room. Echo it as much as you can, and then give me a thumbs up to show me that you're ready. Okay, so this one right here, this one, I want you to choose two different lines that we talked about. So one could be loop-de-loop or castle. Then choose another one. I haven't done dash in a while. I'll do dash. And you're just gonna repeat those until you come up with a pattern. So this one is loop-de-loop dash, loop-de-loop dash. But yours could be different. You could even do something harder than mine and come up with 3 different lines and make some sort of pattern. Go ahead and come up with one pattern and then give me a thumbs up to show me that you're ready. Okay. So before we begin, I'm gonna pause it there and I'm gonna show you what we're doing on the phone. These last three boxes, not boxes, they're called boxes, but they're really kind of circles, so whatever. You're gonna actually put this to the side. We're gonna finish it in a moment. You're gonna take your foam. Now, this side has my name on it. You're gonna turn it over to the side that has nothing on it. Do that and then give me a thumbs up to show me that you're ready. Awesome. What I was gonna have you guys do is do different line types, but I think that y'all are basically knowing all your line types and you don't really need any help. So I'm gonna give you some artist choice on this. So you could do it my way. You could do lines going across and make it simple for yourself, or you can do a Zentangle. So I'm gonna show you what a Zentangle might be. Usually you start off with big lines and they can be crazy. And you're gonna split it off into smaller little sections. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 sections. Inside these sections, I want you to do different line types. So you can copy some of the ones that we've done. You can do ones on your own. So for this one, I might fill it up with little squiggles. It's really important that you fill this up because remember, you only get one piece of foam, guys. So when we do print this, it's gonna be permanent forever. So fill it up. I want you to really try out all of these different line types. The cool thing about this is that there's no mistakes. So let's say I made an accidental mistake. Oh no, I did an accidental crazy line when I was supposed to be doing squiggles. You know what? Just make it into something else. No one will even notice that if I make it into some more squiggles, that I even made a mistake, I promise. So just try your best to problem solve yourself. And then in each one of these sections, do something a little bit different. Remember, you could steal something that we did together, or even better, make it up yourself. I haven't done anything with zigzags. And then maybe I could add little triangles to echo those zigzags. It's totally up to you. I'm going to fill this up with pattern and I'll be right back. So here I go, adding pattern, fill up the whole thing, all of those sections. Like I said, fill it up. Look at all the different stuff that I've come up with. You guys can be way more creative than I can. You're welcome to draw pictures if you want to. However, do not write words because when we put words on here, it's gonna print them totally backwards and it's gonna be super embarrassing. Don't do that. But feel free to draw any pictures that you want. Sometimes when I get stuck with something or I don't know what to draw, just echoing that shape will help fill up that space. So if you're in doubt, you don't know what to do, just echo it. Do some lines around what you've already done, just like I did with this flower. I just echoed those petals. Now, once you have completely filled it up with line, raise your hand. I'll come by, check it, make sure that there's nothing else you can add. I can always give you some really good ideas. Once you're totally done, you're gonna place this on the middle table, face down, so that I know that you're done, so I can look through the pile of foam and know that you've already completed it. Then your job is that you are going to fill up these last three circles with patterns of your own. So you have to make them up on your own. So this is the tricky part today. Next time, we're gonna add color to the foam and then get these printed. And then you'll see how cool the ombre effects are. I know it can be hard coming up with different designs and patterns, so I'm gonna leave a picture on the board while we work today. Once you've completely added all your pattern, gone back and fixed anything you need to, you're welcome to add color to this. You can use crayons, markers, and then if you've already done that, feel free to free draw on the back. Those are our options today. I hope that you guys have a good one, and I'm excited to add the color, baby color. Here are some interesting Zentangles I found online. I'm gonna pause the video to keep these up while you work to give you some ideas about what you can do.